Like, hello, welcome back to. We're talking about accessibility and why Spelunky 2 is an amazing game, and why Noel is a narc.
So we agree. So we agree that it's a great game.
And why Noel is what?
What?
Say a narc?
Yeah, Noel's a narc.
I'm not a narc. Not technically.
You just said
that's not my
were.
title. Okay, then it's not my title.
But
Vice.
anyways, I got this exact dungeon layout today. Also,
Yo.
I assume this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, this was really cool. This was like such a neat surprise. It's like what the sandworm layer can be like this different.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Except it took like a really long time to get to the end of the thing for me.
Are you? What are you?
I'm an @ symbol with a helmet.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, why are you an @ symbol?
It's like traditionally it's like how your player is represented in a roguelike game and an ASCII roguelike game.
ASCII.
Oh.
This what I really liked about this dungeon is like honestly like how long it was, because it just goes on and on and on, and like
it took forever for me.
The map doesn't like give you any impression of like how far you have to go. So it's just like it felt like it felt like a genuine like, I don't know, tunnel. You just like kind of stuck in. I got trapped in the ground there for a little bit. You're like, you just like have no idea how far you have to go. There's no light yet. There's no indication.
Oh, you lost your worms.
Yeah, they come in waves. They'll.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think what happens is they get to the end of the stage and then they go into the hole and then they'll respawn at the beginning again. I find I can like trade places with them a little bit too easily. I kind of wish it would like let you hit them, but then they took no damage.
Yeah, you just have to wait.
I guess there might be problems with that. It would like make it so that you couldn't maybe continue the tunnel. Yeah. So I think in this episode I do the sandworm layer, and I died twice in the last episode, and that was kind of frustrating to me because I think up until that point not died, and then I died twice in that ambush, and it was just like really brutal.
Yeah, you should. I generally just stay away from those patrols.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know you can hover over them, but I know there's like a couple of patrols, and some of them are friendly, and I'm not sure which ones.
They have a well, you can hover over them with your mouse or look at them or whatever to see if they're friendly. But the friendly ones have a blue bar, and the mean ones have a red one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, even on the overworld map.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good tip. I'm gonna use that tip.
Do it.
I'll use it.
Like this sandworm's got a blue bar because it's your friend.
Oh, okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the last game I played that was just like frustrating or like inaccessible to the point where like I just didn't want to continue it. It wasn't Spelunky 2, believe it or not. I'm still playing that game for some reason.
Are you really?
I mean, yeah, like it's on my radar. I've played it. I've put over 100 hours in that game.
In Spelunky 2?
Spelunky?
Yeah.
I thought you said you had like 50 or so.
No, wait, did I? Let me have a look real quick. I think it might be.
Are you about to die here?
I think I might die there.
No.
In the arms of.
Yeah. I have 63 hours. You're right. Did I die? I missed it.
Yeah, you did.
Damn.
You know what? I want.
And you didn't rest either. God damn it.
You're not wrong. See, I assumed that your stuff came back from cooldown because
that is what I assumed too, but I got punished severely. And
because
what's even worse,
it heals you, right?
It heals you, yeah, but it doesn't put all your stuff. It stays on cooldown. And what's even worse, I keep on forgetting this. I have a bunch of sustained abilities as an archmage that I use, and it doesn't. It disables all of your sustained abilities. So I will always forget to turn them back on, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
why do I suck all of a sudden? And I'm like, oh, it's because I don't have all my abilities turned on.
Jeez. You can set them to auto turn on.
I mean, they stay on for, like, as soon as you soon as
Yeah.
you use them. But yeah, you're right.
You
I
could
just
totally
turn them to auto.
like I on this run I actually set my shield to auto turn on when I'm adjacent to a monster and insight, which works pretty well because like this is a primarily melee character,
Right.
and it's just one less thing I have to worry about.
Yeah.
I probably
have that
still
as
end
well.
up worrying about it, but I wish they were like almost like more. You could almost set up like a. You could like code in your own like in this situation, please turn on this spell.
Yeah, I wonder how I should actually test how deep it goes, because there are some like I found in my last run I had this like very it was like almost getting really annoying how in every encounter I'd be like, okay, activate this spell and then turn this thing on and then this, and it's like every time I encounter an enemy I'm clicking like 3 different clickies, right? So it would be nice to make it be like, okay, whenever you activate this ability, if this one is available and you have this much mana, then do it. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how deep it goes.
I feel like there's room for an entire new like roguelike genre where it's like you basically code the response for your character. Like, you know, the first dungeon is like a maze, so it's like, okay, as soon as you bump into a wall, turn right. And then
like
you
a little logic puzzle game.
Yeah, logic puzzle game, but it's like it's still like an ASCII kind of roguelike game. So it's like, okay, there's a monster in front of them. What do you do? Well, it's like, okay, attack until dead or something. And then you'd like get extra little abilities and stuff that you could code in. It'd be kind of neat.
That would be cool.
I have a soft spot for games where you like do like coding or any kind of like logic puzzles. It's one of the reasons I really like Factorio.
Baba Is You.
Baba Is You is brutal. I like that game a lot. I like it a lot, and I beat it, and I was not quite on like beating the second ending because it gets like meta, but that game is brutally difficult.
I haven't played it, but I watched a friend play it. It seemed pretty interesting.
It's really cool. I love a game like that kind of game where it's like logic based puzzles, but also like there's kind of there's no story really to speak of, but there's kind of a meta story where like it sort of breaks your preconceptions of like how a game linearly progresses. Just you know, like he was like, oh, you know, here's one level, here's another level, and then the way the game just like kind of progresses, you like there's a whole extra layer there, which is really neat. I really appreciated that about it. It's Baba Is You is or Baba
Baba
Is You.
Yep.
Baba Is You? Is it Baba Is You? Okay, yeah. Baba Is You is a really cool game.
Yeah, it seemed really fun.
Oh, I think I'm almost at the end of this like
Yeah, this
tunnel.
extremely long tunnel.
I love these giant worms that look terrifying, but they're your friends, like big, just cute worm creatures. I don't know. There's something endearing about something that looks horrible but is like friendly to you, like a praying mantis. No. Look at all the crap I have to go through. God.
Yeah, that's a lot of junk.
If only there was more accessibility in like how you sorted through. I actually find it.
Actually, you say that, but I think this is a very good way of handling it. Like, so you don't have to lug all of your stuff all the way back to the shop and sell it.
That is good. I guess like for me is like I find it very difficult to parse what I want to keep. This is like another layer.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of hard to know what is better than what you already have. Like if it's not, I know you have like the compare items thing, but sometimes it's harder to compare them whenever they have completely different attributes.
The compare items thing is actually horrendous. It's like one of the worst because
I concur.
Noel knows. Noel is a master of traditional roguelikes.
You know what? My professor was talking about a traditional roguelike.
Which one?
Oh, which one?
I have no idea. He said his friend coded it back when he was here in like 1990 something.
Well, that would have been
cool.
a really good anecdote if you knew all the parts.
Yeah, you should ask them about it.
You should ask them about it.
I'm taking a computer science class.
I actually really wish I could take a computer science
Not
class.
like not that it's not a genuine computer science class. It has a label, but
It's a disingenuous computer class. They only learn how to like do false things.
It's called personal computers, and you learn how to like. Well, our first assignment is an Excel sheet that we have to use formulas for. The second assignment is make your own web page with HTML and CSS and all that.
No,
I took a bullshit class like this that I hated so much last semester.
Are they seriously still teaching people HTML? Isn't there like something far better at this point?
No.
Is HTML really? Are we still using HTML? Isn't there CSS or something? I don't know how any of this works. Please do not be mad at me in the comments.
And then the third thing is like a JavaScript assignment.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing. Isn't that the thing?
And then after that, it's a Scratch programming assignment.
Okay.
And the very last thing is a PowerPoint.
All right. You know what? I take back what I said because the thing is, I took I don't even know what you call it, computer class, and we did the same thing. We learned how to use a spreadsheet, sort of. That is to say, we learned how to use Control-C and Control-V.
They taught you how to make a folder on your desktop and how to rename it and how to use Boolean.
How to use Boolean. I wish they taught me about Booleans. That would have been kind of useful, actually. No, but like they taught me HTML, but what they did is like, okay, so you're gonna make an image for your desktop, and then you're gonna split it or splice it into like 100 images. And it was just like such an archaic way of doing things. It's like even at that point, like while I was in high school, it was already kind of like a old way of doing websites where it's like we're gonna splice your image into 100 images so that they load really quickly. And like I'm just like now I'm like I don't know what the kids are using these days. I feel like a computers class would basically be like, okay, today we're gonna log into Squarespace. You're just making an account for Squarespace, and then you just make a website or something. But like,
no, they're making us do it like from scratch. I think.
Dang.
I think there might, because he said don't use what is it? The assignments is like don't use one of like the web generated ones because you can tell. So I was like, okay.
Well, like I made a WordPress website where it's like you add in a couple of tools basically that lets you use some of the pre-generated website stuff. It's like it works pretty well, and it works for mobile as well. And I don't think that anyone should like necessarily know how to do that from scratch if there are already tools. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we're talking about it. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Never mind. I don't know anything about web development. Please do not be angry at me in the comments. Or please do. You know what?
I guess you would want to learn it so that you can work for somebody like Squarespace. No.
Oh shit. You're not wrong. Yeah, you know what? Never mind, Noel. You got it. Get that job, get that money.
Go work at Squarespace. And then you can sponsor our Maj'Eyal podcast.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day, like, who would I like to be sponsored by? And it really occurs to me, I don't think there's anyone that would sponsor a traditional roguelike channel on YouTube. I don't think it's like, sorry, walk me through this again. It's like, okay, roguelikes, right? Oh,
I mean, I've seen some pretty like unpopular podcasts get sponsors from like Audible and Squarespace and stuff. Like it's really not out of the question.
dang. All right, who should I get sponsored by?
I mean, I don't think there's really that many things out there that you would want to be sponsored by, other than the fact that it is a sponsor, right? Like who out there is like, man, I really wish I could like be associated with this, like with X brand. Like I don't know.
I'm definitely. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm definitely that person. I would not want to be sponsored by just like. So you see those tweets. If you, I know you don't. I'm sorry, Jamie. I know you don't. You're not on Twitter. You don't do the Twitter thing. But those tweets. They like, oh my gosh, guys, it's Sunday. It's heart emoji, and then it gets like 1,000 retweets or something. And then directly below it says, "Hey, I just like bought the best pleasuring device known to man. It's this. I'll get these galaxy lights. Check out this tea peel skin.
No, I've totally seen this stuff. Yeah,
and
it's the worst.
I really don't. I feel like I can say definitively I would not do that.
No, it's definitely weird whenever it's on like your personal social media. Like it just makes you seem weird. Like I know that there used to be this app where you would like somebody would say like, okay, I want you to go to this bar and I want you to get a drink here and take a picture of yourself and then tweet it, and then we'll give you some money. And like you include our name in the tweet. And like I could never do that. It would feel so like scummy. Like it's just like it's fine if it's like a sponsor. If I was like a podcaster or something and I was sponsored by whoever, like okay, fine, that's whatever. But if it's like on my personal social media, like it's just weird. I don't know. It's just a little out there for me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's where I'm coming from. Like, even if it was like this has been normalized, I know I could do it without like getting any backlash, but I just like, I feel like my personal ethics would stop me. But like, yeah, you know what? Actually, guys, today's episode is not sponsored by NordVPN. I actually think it's not sponsored by NordVPN or Skillshare or like it's not.
Wait. Can I sponsor?
You could sponsor me, Noel. As long as you don't narc on me.
Okay, look, I've explained this already. My job title is not a narc. It's just what I do can seem narc-ish.
Oh, I completely understand what you're saying, Nod's head.
They go to gas stations and they try to buy cigarettes, and if they don't card them, then they're good to go.
Excuse me, minor. Are you interested in some illicit drugs?
Like, no, I don't purposely try to seek out people by like lulling them into this false sense of security into buying drugs.
You just hanging a poster on like the communal cork board that's like, "Hey, having a party this weekend. Bring your drugs."
Bring all of them, every single one.
You know the white stuff. It's like I forget what it's called, but bring it if you know what it is.
Powdered
I want
sugar?
some of it.
Powdered flour?
Yeah, it kind of looks like flour. I don't know.
Powdered
Bring
sugar.
that, and we'll have a good time.
Noel's in the bathroom snorting powdered sugar. He's like, "This isn't doing it for me."
Really not.
No.
The
I
desired
bake
effect.
it. I'm the person making cookies at a party.
What kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, what'd you put in them? You hypocrite.
Nothing. Love.
Love.
Love, is that what you call it? What do the other letters stand for?
It's a euphemism.
I don't buy the drug.
I don't buy the drug.
If I would buy the drug, my parents would kill me.
Yes.
I would get sent to rehab very quickly. I'm not joking either.
I don't know. Okay, all right. We're moving on. We're moving on now. You know what's a good game? Bullets per Minute. That's a pretty fun game. I don't know if you've played that one, Jamie.
Is that the one
I've
where you like?
heard of it. I feel like I have a friend
Wait,
who's really into it.
Is that the really trippy one, Aaron?
That one was post Void. That one is questionable.
I enjoyed watching you play that very much.
It's
A
a
rhythm FPS.
post Void. Just to put a pin on this one, is a good game, and I will play it again. But damn, if it ain't doing itself no favors with its visual effects. Like I get going back to the topic of accessibility. There is a game that's not accessible. There's just a whole group of people who would not. I mean, I guess it has accessibility options. I should do credit where credit is due. There is an option to turn off the flashing images, but damn.
You're also
big
going like
into
a
rhythm
mile a second, huh?
You big into rhythm? This is a rhythm game?
So we're
rhythm
talking
games.
about Post Void, which is not a rhythm game. Bullets per Minute is like a Doom like or Quake like, where you have to shoot on the beat.
Okay.
And it's actually got some really cool, really good tunes in it. It was actually really decent. One of the few games where, like, I know I keep talking about this, but I swear I'm not going to harp on this, where the meta progression didn't really bother me because the game itself was fun enough, and it felt like a game you could probably beat on your first attempt. Like you didn't.
This is a roguelite?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's like the whole thing's randomly generated, and you find like different guns that work differently, like dramatically. Like so you don't just like shoot on the beat. You also have to reload to the beat, and different guns will work completely differently. Like you'll get the shotgun was one I couldn't make the shotgun work for me. Where every time you shot, you had to reload. So it's just like, blam, reload, and you have to like kind of figure out that rhythm. The gun I actually really liked was the revolver, where you got like 6 shots, and then you had to reload each bullet manually, which was kind of fun.
This sounds like a really cool idea.
It was really cool. It's actually a really fun game.
Do you like rhythm games other than this?
To answer your second question, no, I'm not a huge fan of Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I've actually never played that before.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I bet it is a good game.
I do like rhythm games, but I feel like there needs to be a second layer there. I'm not super interested in like Guitar Hero or like the Rock Band games. Those have never really appealed to me. But I do. What? What's up?
Is it sad?
I know it is sad. I'm basically no fun at a party. I have no drugs. I don't play the rhythm games. I don't do karaoke. I can't do karaoke. I'm not karaoke. Not for me. So it's I'm no fun at a party, but I can tell you a lot about One Piece.
Oh,
No,
well
of course.
well, great. That really just compensates for not being able to play rhythm games. So.
It compensates for something for sure.
I've been playing 140. That's really fun.
140, is that the game where you change your shape and then you do different stuff? It's like a platformer.
It is a platformer, yeah.
Do you change your shape?
It changes shape automatically depending on what you do.
Oh.
So if you're still, it's a square. If you're moving forward, it's a circle, and if you jump, it's a triangle.
Okay. This is a very rare occasion of me talking about the game in question here, but this was a really fun like ant hill or whatever, and I just got a weapon where it gives you have a 25% chance of shooting lightning at a like adjacent enemy or local enemy every time you strike with your sword. So I just like hitting lightning like every other hit. It was really fun. It was really cool.
These parts are so much fun as the alchemist, because their bombs get really they get a huge radius after a while. So you just throw one bomb and it just boom, they're all dead. Just all at once. It's so satisfying.
There's a little bit of that too with the ranger, where you get the rain of arrows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not as good, but it is pretty good. I know the bombs for the alchemist they're just like really really good damage. Yeah, I kind of like. I wish it didn't take like 2 decades to make these kind of games, because I would like to see a modern take on the traditional roguelike. I think that's probably the. Never mind accessibility for the player. Accessibility for making these games is like, it's a high bar. You really have to want it.
This actually is. I mean, as far as modern roguelikes go, this is a pretty recent one. I think it was released in 2012, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
Does that count as modern?
Yeah. I guess I didn't read it as being modern because it still seems very like, I don't know, kind of primitive in just like its like visual execution. But I guess there are enough quality of life features in Tales of Maj'Eyal. I could definitely buy it as being a modern take. I really wanted to like that game called, I think it was like Crown King or something. It was like a Chinese tactics game, which visually it was awesome, but Crown Trick, that's what it was. It had such an awesome flair to it. I loved it, but it leaned way too hard into meta progression for my tastes.
Ew.
No, it's fine.
I have no idea what meta progression is.
I know that people are sick and tired of hearing this from me, so I'm actually not going to explain to you what it is.
I mean, I can explain it very briefly. It's just like it's whenever you maintain progression between playthroughs. So it would be like in Spelunky if we like got to keep like our gold in between our runs or something. That would be meta progression.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh man, if you got to keep like one held weapon or one held item between runs in Spelunky 2, that'd be nice. That'd be kind of cool.
No.
I'd be down for that. Yo, every time, boomerang. Start every game with boomerang. Holy, that game would have a whole new meaning for me.
I mean, you could go bigger with it. You could take the webgun.
I mean, yeah, or the teleporter. Didn't think about that one.
I think I'd still go with webgun.
I had an idea. I was kind of like, obviously this is a lot to program into the game. I actually really wanted there to be not a mode but a mechanic in Spelunky where you had to carry, like the little environmental creatures, like the little worms or the bugs.
Yeah.
If you carried one of those to the end of the game, you got to keep it in your like little dungeon.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
Maybe even like
or something. Yeah.
Add like a breeding game, like almost like Chow's from Sonic Adventure, where you could like
side game.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I
actually
really play the shit out of it.
Love just more achievements for that game. It's like all I want is like that Binding of Isaac style. Like I guess Isaac has like the challenges and stuff.
Isaac
Isaac
has now effectively doubled its achievements, so it's kind of insane.
I want to play that game.
It's really good.
I will one of these days.
We're gonna be watching me play that in about a minute.
Oh, is this the last episode?
Oh, I have it too.
Yeah. Noel, have you got Repentance?
No, should I?
I don't know. Do you have any of the other DLCs?
No.
Honestly, that's fine. I think that that's how you add accessibility. You add more difficulty in the form of DLC. So Spelunky 2 will add moles as DLC.
You have to buy the.
Yeah, you have to buy
the ability to lose.
Yes, exactly. And that way, you don't feel bad if you're playing the vanilla game. You can maybe win with the vanilla game. You don't feel bad about not having moles because you'd have to pay for it, and then Derek would be a scumbag. And then and then you can, if you want to be the big shot spelunky player, you buy moles for $1, voodoo guys for another $1, and then you buy you'd buy the last boss. Kitties, yeah. I actually genuinely do want like a pet DLC. I don't know why still there's only like 3 pets in that game.
I mean, there's three damsels in Spelunky 1.
Yeah, I know, but I want more. Why is there only 3? I want more.
Because the cat's the best one.
I want more. I want 3 cats.
Oh, okay, that is a good point, actually.
I want 3 cats.
I never even thought of that.
I want like more than 1 dog. I want a hamster, a gerbil, a guinea pig. Where's my guinea pig, Derek?
I bet it would be pretty easy to just change the textures, I think.
Oh yeah. Watch this. This is the easiest I defeat this boss.
Oh really?
Yeah. Check this out. This is pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to take any credit because obviously it's not my build, but just like the way I just pressed all the buttons and then pressed direction button like 4 times, that was really good.
It always feels really good in this game whenever you have a strategy and you execute it and it actually works.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy.
Look at that. Look at that tree melt.
Some damage.
That tree can go to hell, honestly. I slam him back. Tough. It's a really difficult tree. I hate this tree. Demolished him. 164. Yo, eat shit, tree. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, like when you actually like figure out sort of how your build works or how you're supposed to. Oh yeah, there's an escort there just kind of waiting
how did she survive?
Because they have this like just like standard default AI where they'll like if they see a monster they just run away, and then like here I just like abandoned her. I was like, she'll be fine. I failed this quest.
Yeah, she will not be fine.
She was not fine.
I have found the escorts really difficult to work with. Like, they just run right into disaster every time for me.
This is the first time I saw an escort in a boss area, which is just like,
It's always the worst when that happens.
I'm not going to be upset if I there she dies. I'm not going to be upset with myself for failing that quest because it's like, I mean, it's just an extra thing I don't really want to think about.
Yeah.
Press the wrong button there. But like the fact that I killed the boss and then just abandoned her was really funny to me.
Yeah, you like had it made for you. You should have like covered everything.
It was odd. I don't know what I guess my priority was like kill the rest of the monsters in the field. But I figured she would wait, but she didn't wait. She like ran off on her own and got killed.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could make them like
you could like command them, like tell them like, hey, wait here, or hey, like move over there.
You can tell them to wait for quote a few turns, which really is just a few turns, and you can't make them like tether to you, like say like always be 5 tiles away from me at max. Like, you can only tell them to wait for a couple turns, which can be useful, but it only helps so much, of course.
It's honestly interesting to me that they have AI and they aren't just like glued to you. So for the next honestly, I kind of want to skip forward if it's all the same to you. This boss aside or whatever, this like little snake. I spend like a good 5 or 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get into this vault because I'm a total dumbass.
Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead. Did it not have an entrance?
No, it totally did. But like it was near the entrance, and I kept like trying to find the entrance and not realizing that I'd already. Oh, it wasn't even near the entrance. I just I walked by it like 5 times because I was looking for like one of those like thin parts that look like a door, when in fact it was just like one of the painted doors on the wall.
Actually, if you auto explore, it'll bring you right to the entrance, or you could use a pickaxe.
I don't know if I have have a pickaxe on this run yet. I'm actually not feeling good about this run because like I've died I think 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel powerful. Like I killed that tree and that's cool and all, but like I get kind of torn apart by stuff. So
you gonna try out a different class after this?
I think I might try Archmage, but I don't know.
I've really enjoyed it. It actually felt like taking off the training weights from coming from Alchemist.
Nice. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I you know what? Like I know that Bulwark is supposed to be like kind of simple mode in terms of like building a guy, making a build, but I wish there was a class that kind of had more passives, and less like buff activated abilities. Because the buff activated abilities are sort of like, well, I'm just always gonna click that. I'm just always gonna click that activated buff ability. I'm not sure. I don't know. I wish
it's kind of tedious. I mean.
A little bit, yeah. Not even just tedious, but also just like adds an extra layer of obfuscation of like, okay, which of these buffs am I supposed to like always be clicking, and which ones like combo really well. The Ranger was pretty good because you kind of did it was easy to tell. This one is like, now that I have my my class, my new talent or whatever, my new category of like tactics, it is simpler, but I'm not sure what the combo is, what like the winning combo. But then again, I guess if there was one winning combo, then this game would be a lot less interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if the starting classes are supposed to be like, are you supposed to be able to win with these, or do they kind of suck?
I think you are. It would seem weird to me. Like that would just be a weird way of adding meta progression where you just like you can only win with the classes you unlock by playing the bad classes.
Yeah, I would think that too, but man, I really have not heard a lot of good stuff about the beginning ones from all the guides that I've looked at.
So
maybe I'm wrong.
There we go. I wandered around that vault like 4 times before I finally find it. So this is
on the back.
This is the thing I was telling you about. I had never seen this like vault spawn in the forest, and this vault is honestly harder than the boss I just wiped.
Yeah, I've died in these vaults a handful of times.
Pretty sure I die as well. I'm not sure, and I guess I just spoiled it, but whatever. Oh yeah, I get the Wrath Root. Barkwood of Wrath Root. Which I think I do end up using. I should just look up a guide that's like, here's the order in which you should do the quests.
I think there's a Steam guide for that.
Yeah. That would be good to just like have on the second monitor. I don't know, like I like on one hand I would like to leave some stuff to mystery, but I do feel like I'm kind of stabbing in the dark sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, after you have like died so many times, it's kind of like, okay, I would like to know what to do now.
It's bizarre to me that I've done as well as I have in Tales of Maj'Eyal. I mean, like I know I have 4 lives or whatever, so it's like it's easy to say, oh, I'm doing so well. I've only died 3 times, but at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, like I made it as far as I did without dying, and like the first time I died was due to an ambush. I tried my best to like make good of that situation, but I don't know. I think it lends to the fact that Tales of Maj'Eyal is actually pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
I should have not entered here. I looked at this and I was like, well, this could be bad. And then I think I did this room pretty easily. Like, you know, it got a little bit bad, but not life threatening.
Yeah, these rooms are really tough.
It helps.
This is a good situation that you're in right here.
It helps that I finally got my. What's up?
Said I'm going to agree.
You're going to agree. Well, Noel, you know what? How about you tell me what you make of this situation? What is going on the screen right now?
Tab, shift, tab, alt, tab, alt, tab, alt, tab. What is going on here?
You know, that's what I'm asking you, though, actually.
Are you just smacking the wall? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Is this like some sort of like in-game, like, I don't know, just like, what?
This is the first.
This lore is actually really creepy.
Yeah, I actually stopped reading it halfway through. I was like, this is getting a little bit dark, and
yeah, that is.
I want to read it.
One.
I like dark things.
I mean, you can read it on YouTube.
No.
Well, because we're just going to be looking at it, and I didn't read it for a reason that was more like I didn't want to alienate people, because this gets so dark that I was like, I kind of don't want to read this because it's a little much. It got a little real.
I read some of it. I think I read an interesting piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I say here it's like I don't think that it's wrong or bad for games to do this kind of, like, have this kind of content in it, but I wasn't expecting it, and I kind of just didn't want to, like, that's the kind of thing I would honestly put a content warning on for people. So I'm, in a way, losing the audio, at least it means that I don't end up reading any of it, and we can just like, I know people, and I say this too, like, people are going to be upset with me for, like, not, like, it's like, why not enjoy the really gory content, the really, like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, well, I think that for the most part, roguelikes or traditional roguelikes are actually pretty innocent. It's pretty easy to enjoy this kind of content, and for someone who might want to enjoy my content or watch someone playing a traditional roguelike, to get slammed headfirst with, like, some really grisly stuff, it doesn't make for necessarily enjoyable content, I think. So that's my
I think
take.
as long as you put content warning things on it, then I think it's fine. But
yeah, it's a weird one. I'm really, like, having to, like, you know what? Starting a YouTube channel is kind of like a roguelike.
Okay.
I have to learn things
isn't
by
everything
making.
like a roguelike?
Yeah, you know what? Life is a roguelike. When you die in real life, you die in real life.
You
only
never
get-
thought about it that way.
Yeah,
Really
I
good
know,
point.
right? You obtain items throughout your life that give you different benefits. Life is kind of randomly generated. I hate when I get out of bed and my room is completely reoriented,
I know, isn't it so annoying? You forget where you put all your shit.
and the bed's just kind of, and I'm like, what? And then you just fall on the ground. What has happened?
I hate it whenever you turn around a corner and there's a giant tree there and it freezes you and you die. And you have to start over again. It's the worst.
I hate it when you, like, you'll like, Tinder dating is a roguelike.
It honestly is.
Just gotta roll the hard 6 every time.
Not that I've done it in a while, but just, like, thinking on some of the adventures have been, it's just like, damn.
Well, now we want to hear them.
Well, I talked on stream at one point about Earth Angel, but I don't know, to immortalize them on a YouTube video.
I was about to mention
Earth
Angel.
Angel? Who is this?
I was about to mention Earth Angel.
I
Holy
went-
shit.
I went on a date. I'll keep. Obviously, I'm going to keep their anonymity, but there's no way they're going to be watching this. I went on a date with someone who believed in Earth Angels, which is like to that extent, I really want to go ahead and respect their beliefs on that. But the date was just kind of interesting. In that they would tell me like, "Oh, I just saw a sign." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Oh, well, if you do your research, you'll know that like the number 44 is like a thing. It's a really important number to like, connected to Earth Angels. And I just saw that number. And so, this is really important." I'm like, "Okay, all right. Do you want to, explain to me a bit more about like what's this whole business?" And like throughout the day, basically they would like let me know. I was like, well, I was like put on this earth to help humankind. So like to protect us, to do something important. I'm like, okay, and what do you think that is? It's like, well, I don't know. I'm waiting for a sign. And I'm gonna say all of this. I'm saying all of this with respect to their wishes. But I'm like that. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. Actually, though, this is a little. What do the kids say these days? Sus.
Little sus.
Little sus.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, obviously no judgment, but like it takes. I don't know. It is hard if you don't like really have those same sort of beliefs. It just doesn't mix very well.
That's the nice way of saying that for sure. It's really just that our beliefs did not align. I'm not in the business of openly mocking people for what they believe.
Yeah, there's better things to mock people over.
Yeah, like liking Spelunky too.
Yeah, who would do that? Who would be like that?
Or narking on people.
Yeah,
damn.
That too.
What is that?
That's pretty much if you like Spelunky and are a narc, you're pretty much just like there's really just no place for you in this world.
I feel like even by mentioning them, like now, it seems like I might be like mocking them or anyone who believes in Earth Angels. It really isn't like that. It's really just like I can't believe that. I can't. Like it's just not in my nature to believe in Earth Angels or that we were put here. I might make the case that if you think you're put here to help, humankind and waiting for a sign, those kind of thoughts can be dangerous. I will say that, but I'm not gonna like openly mock them for believing that. That's not. There are others. One time, okay, how about this? One time I burned myself on a date. That was pretty good.
Like literally?
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, I think I told you this, Noel. One time, so we went to like a panini place or whatever, and I bought a like a cheese biscuit or something, or tea biscuit, and
I remember this.
and then it was like, can you warm it up or something? It's like, yeah, the microwave's over there, and I was just like didn't know, like I was kind of surprised that he was like, they won't heat it up for you. You go microwave your own tea biscuit.
Go put your panini in the microwave.
Go put your own biscuit in the microwave, bitch. And so like I put it in there and I put it in for like 30 seconds. And when I pulled it out, the biscuit, the tray was just nuclear hot. The tray was melted and smoking. No joke, actually melted through. There's a big hole in the tray. I instantly burned myself. The biscuit comes flying out. Crumbs everywhere. It just like shatters. Crumbs everywhere. And then I go and I ask, like, can you give me a cup? And they're like, sure. And then I fill the cup up with water, like ice water. I don't clean up any of the mess. And I was like, okay, you go find a table and I'll be right there and we'll chat. and then throughout the remainder of the date had my hand like soaking in a glass of
You
water.
didn't tell anybody about the plate that you just destroyed?
Nah, fuck them.
What the hell?
Make me microwave my own tea biscuit?
Oh my god.
I was pissed. I was like, I don't understand how your microwave works, and I just burned myself real bad. What?
I said you take your biscuits very seriously.
It's more like I don't like burning myself.
Okay, I don't think that was their fault.
Well, to be fair, like they had methods of my like heating up the biscuit. Like it was a panini place. I don't know. They had other methods. Yeah, you're right. They didn't literally burn my hand, but I was just like, why don't you like, I just want my biscuit heated up. And it's like I put the thing in for 30 seconds. I didn't think this was like amazing microwave that just like melts like power of 1,000
They
suns
have it
microwave.
set to like the maximum setting.
They have it set to the, yeah, I meant to put it in for 5 seconds and then I end up burning myself. So I was like, yeah, you're right. I totally could maybe clean this mess up or tell someone about it. But also, you could, I don't know, have a sign on the microwaves, like, 5 seconds max for your biscuit. Or just tell me. How do I use your microwave?
Confused they would be going back and seeing just a tray with a hole burned through it. Like, what fucking asshole just didn't tell anybody about this?
Hey, God. Never mind.
No, tell me, Noel. It's fine.
No, it's too late. I forgot what I was talking about,
No,
Tell
you
me
didn't.
why I'm wrong for burning my
Absolute
hand on the
hogwash.
tea biscuit. I bet you I'm gonna get more smack from people about the tea biscuit than about Earth Angel. People's like, it was your fault. You burned your own hand on the tea biscuit. And you know what? At that point, it's like whether I did or did not burn my own hand, whether it was my fault, I was just pissed off, and I didn't care about at all. And it was like I'm trying to keep my cool while I'm on this like date, and I was just like, I don't care about the biscuit anymore. I'm just gonna go with.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I won't judge you for the biscuit.
Don't judge me for the biscuit. Judge me instead for God, what else have I done? I don't know.
What other sins have I committed?
What other sins have I committed? I mean, there's anyway, dating is a roguelike. That's all I'm saying. You don't know, you might just like die on a date on the spot. Set a trap.
I mean,
Could
I went
happen.
on a date recently.
I
And how
heard
did
you.
that go?
It was fun.
Nice. Did you burn any paninis?
I didn't burn any paninis.
Oh, you got the tea biscuit?
No, I got a burrito.
Yo,
Nice.
that's pretty solid. That's pretty podcast, honestly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I had my quips,
What was in the burrito?
No, it wasn't the burrito itself. It's the fact that like this was a date, and I don't know if it was explicitly obvious that I'm Mexican. And the only place they recommended was a taqueria, or all the places they recommended were taquerias. And I was like, okay.
So did they get the wrong impression of you, Noel? That you only eat burritos?
Maybe.
Should
Who
they?
am I to say? Maybe they just really wanted a burrito that day, But
Honestly, I could go for burrito right now. That would be pretty good.
Burritos is pretty solid.
And then I just
I just had food. Like I just had Mexican food. I went to a taqueria myself and
oh, you can hardly be mad at them then.
I mean, the thing is, I was with a friend, which is why I had taqueria food. She wanted some, so I was like, I'm down. It was just I'm hoping that that's not the only impression they give, or that I'm just hoping that he didn't choose a taqueria for the sake of, hey, this person looks like they eat Mexican food.
This person looks like they would eat a burrito.
Yeah, that would be pretty
so,
shitty.
You know, you dig.
He should have taken you to the frog shop. Yeah, I died.
Just like
The frog
busted
shop.
through your 100-point shield. In
Yep.
One hit.
Yep.
Wonder what level he is.
I don't know, but this whole situation sucked.
Yeah, that is really bad.
And I also didn't regen as well again, so all of my stuff was on cooldown. Yeah, you know, like this roguelike is kind of like dating. You know, it's
Okay.
Then why am I not very good at it, huh? Explain that. Not going to touch that one.
that's the the very definition of the most loaded question I think you could ask. I don't know. Why am I not very good at it?
It was a joke. You were supposed to laugh at it.
I'm laughing. I like to imagine someone made it like 50 minutes into this video, and then as soon as I asked Noel what was in the burrito, it's just like, okay, I've had enough.
That was the last straw.
That was it.
Yeah. True.
Look at that. I made it. I did it.
Let's go.
The jolt. Boss's journal. Oh yeah, this is like a whole thing about this vault. This is like a place that was like run by bandits, and they'd like scored this huge amount of gold and stuff. Which is pretty cool. I mean, this vault was actually really neat. It's just like what?
Question.
What's up?
You played Binding of Isaac, right?
Yeah, we're gonna watch me play Binding of Isaac in about 10 minutes.
What's
5 minutes.
better? Petrified poop or flatworm?
Oh, that's actually a difficult one. I think probably petrified poop.
Thank you.
That's just like really good items from poops.
Is a flatworm like a parasite?
It is, but in that game it makes your tears flat. Which is actually pretty good.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh, you're Azazel? I mean, that's very necessary information. Definitely the petrified poop then. Because I don't think flatworm does anything for you.
I don't think it does.
You know what I had the other day, Noel?
Huh?
You know, I had some nachos the other day.
That's cool, I guess.
They were pretty good.
Thanks for letting me know.
I put some jalapenos on them. The jalapenos actually were bad.
I died.
You know what I saw? Speaking of parasites, I saw this video of a mantis with a parasite in it, and like the worm like making its way out of it, and like this poor bug is just like suffering to death. It's pretty sad.
I think I have to put a content warning on that. What the fuck?
Oh shit! Really?
Why would you hit us with this horrible knowledge of the suffering? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, like,
you can cut it out if you really want to, but
I probably have to
don't
cut
know.
this whole episode.
Are you serious?
I just like, dox a couple people, talk about like burritos. That's like heavily TOS and
Yeah, burritos as
Burritos?
well on YouTube.
yeah.
Way too zesty.
I mean, they're too zesty if you like hit them with that lemon wedge.
The what?
The lemon wedge.
The lime?
Hit them at that lemon wedge.
I swear
I
to
was
God,
saying-
you don't say lime.
I was saying that they would be too zesty if you hit them with the lemon wedge. If you hit them with
I think
lime,
that sounds pretty good.
Lime. Lime
Yeah.
wedge.
oh my god. Lemons exist, Noel. Do not.
Yeah, but that's not what you use on Mexican food.
That was almost exactly my point. The lemon would make them too zesty. If you hit them with the lime wedge, then they're the perfect amount of zesty. What now?
I think we're not on the same wavelength right now.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, my past self is like struggling to look through 50 items that all look like similar in like value. Like look at
I'm
this.
sorry, my brain is empty.
The coffee is gone. I am crashing, and then I'm looking at this like 5% chance to slow global speed by 47%. What does that mean? What does that mean? Slow, global, chance.
It's too many words.
There's a lot of words there, and they
stop.
don't make sense to me at all. Cripple.
Yeah, sometimes this game does fry my brain. I wish I knew what everything meant.
More like I wish I had a breakdown for like what happens when I use this. Like
Wow,
I
you do have a lot of items in your
There's
chest.
so many items in there, and I do, like I'm trying to work out here why I wouldn't take the greatsword, and then I realize later, oh yeah, it's because it's a two-handed weapon and I can't use it because I'm a bulwark.
Gotta hold that shield.
Gotta hold that shield, hold that barkwood. And meanwhile, there's like 3 different troll hides at the bottom I consider taking. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff to parse. What I should have
I
done.
don't know that I've ever had this many items in my chest at once.
It was a really good vault. What I really should have done is like look through gloves specifically and linens specifically.
Oh yeah, because you don't have any.
I don't have a good one. I was like, I want ice cream. It's I want ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream is a lot like a roguelike.
Why do you keep saying this?
You don't know. You just don't know what you're gonna get. You could get a couple
It
of. You
does.
could,
It says on the packaging. So
yeah, but like, okay, so like you get your cookies and cream ice cream, right? Sometimes you get your bowl of ice cream has like a lot of cookie bits in it, and sometimes it has no cookie bits, and the arrangement of the cookie bits are different every single time.
I'm gonna go get my cookies. I'll be back. I can't do this chaos.
Oh man, I have.
Sometimes there's an evil tree inside the ice cream,
And you-
sometimes
you get a
really
helmet.
good item from it whenever
Yeah.
you eat it.
I,
And the effect is always randomized.
the episode ended also, and like I'm gonna get that. I saw you got an achievement for getting over 1,000 gold. I'm gonna get that real soon. Look at that. Look at how much gold I have. That's a lot of gold.
Hell yeah. You
Anyway.
see people's achievements on Steam whenever they get them? Like, does it notify people?
No, I mean like when I'm looking at Tales of Maj'Eyal, it tells me your friends have collected this much, and then I openly mock you because it's like obtained in expedition mode, and I'm like, ha 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 ha.
Wow,
Okay,
what a scrub.
they wanted they wanted the game to be more accessible. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that is pretty shameful.
Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode and our talk of Tinder dates and so many fun things, go ahead and hit the like button and let me know what what a scrub I am for not taking some of those items and anything. Do you want to shill anything, Jamie?
Follow me on Twitter.
Okay, follow Jamie on Twitter. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.